object of TaxiChronicles is to allow real riders with real stories share their experience and enhance your life. So sit back and enjoy the journey. Morning. Yes, we're back with another episode, another lovely rider. Today we have Sally in the car, and she's a specialist working with children, motivating them, helping them and guiding them. We're just going to find out why she selected that career and what motivates her. So nice to have you here today, Sally.
Hello.
Okay, so tell us, what's your title and what's a typical day for you?
I'm a student social worker and I also work in mental health with children. A typical day of working for me would probably be going to the office. The specific social work that I do is I work with older adults. So we do reviews of their care and support plan that the council has made up. So like older adults that probably have dementia and can't attend to their personal care, but they still want to live in their houses. The government would probably set up a care package for them where they can have carers that come maybe twice a day, 3 times a day, and come to clean them, help them with their food, help them with their dressing and etc. And what I do is I do annual reviews just to make sure that, you know, the care package is meeting their needs, making sure that if they do have any medical health conditions that their GPs are following up their appointments, and just making sure that as they're getting older, you know, we're maintaining as much independence as we can, and if we can't, we're making it very comfortable for them.
Is this pensioners you're dealing with then?
Yeah, majority of the time, but obviously older adults is 18 plus, so we might have like a 20-something-year-old that's experiencing a domestic abuse case. That would be like a safeguarding issue. But majority are pensioners. And then weekends, I do shift work in a eating disorder unit for under 18s with mental health conditions.
So what, like anorexia and all
Anorexia, bulimia.
Is that very common?
It's more common than people know.
What do you think? Why do you think it's so common?
Probably because of the growth of social media. A lot of people are probably comparing themselves to idols, and you know, this ideology that you have to look a certain way to be beautiful. So I think that's what it is. But interestingly enough, I don't really get black children in these type of environments, and I don't think that's because they don't have these issues. I think it's because it's not being flagged up or they're not being prioritized.
But then I ask you this: the culture in predominantly the black culture is not to be skinny, it's to be the opposite, to be big and curvy.
True.
So,
but you'd be surprised at how a lot of black people just don't eat because they want to lose weight. Because even to be curvy, you might start off really big and you want to lose weight to get to that point. And a lot of people are doing drastic things to lose weight.
What kind of drastic things then?
Just a lot of things that aren't being made aware, like people just starving themselves. People are, you know, they might have bulimia, forcing themselves to vomit their food. They might be taking detox tea and like laxatives to flush everything out.
So that defeats the object of eating. Do they take laxatives straight away, or do they
straight away after every meal?
Then that's I don't know.
So what they're trying to do is lose weight.
Yeah, I know, I see what you mean, but then why would you eat if you're just going to flush it out?
Because you don't know how to handle your appetite.
Okay.
You know?
Interesting. So, when you first joined this job, is there anything that you wish you knew that you know now?
The mental health job, I definitely wish I knew how emotionally demanding it was.
Is that to say that you take it on board personally?
I don't take it on board personally. I try to make humour whilst I'm there of everything. I never really take anything seriously. But you get, you know, when you constantly see people trying to kill themselves, it does begin to stress you out emotionally. Not that you're taking it in, but in your personal life, you might just be overwhelmed. Like when I first started doing the job, I used to always randomly cry over the most littlest things.
Really?
And my mum was like, when she started that, it's just really draining. You just don't notice how it sneaks up on you.
That's quite interesting. The trying to kill yourself and actually killing yourself.
They're two different things.
Yeah, in the sense of trying to kill yourself sounds like more of a call for help. Cry for help.
No. They have full intentions of killing themselves. The only thing that stops them is the fact that they're on constant observation by staff members because of their high risk of wanting to kill themselves. So they use any opportunity. They'll cover themselves with their duvet and use like their trousers to tie around their neck to stop oxygen supply. And a lot of them would probably get away with it if the staff weren't vigilant, and it happens a lot of the time. It's happened in my previous hospital where the staff wasn't vigilant enough. She slept off and the kid killed herself.
Oh, the child?
Yeah, so...
How old was the child?
The child was about 15 years old.
So,
the woman was supposed to check her every 5 minutes, and the woman slept off, and she didn't.
So legally, I wonder what happened to that lady. Do you know?
So the court case is still ongoing,
Oh,
but she's definitely not going to be able to work.
Negligence.
Yeah, she's not going to be able to work with children again. She's not going to be able to, work in any form of support work again.
To a family who noticed that their child is having suffering, what would be your advice to them?
Ask for help. You might think you may be able to keep it in-house, but a lot of the time, if you're not educated on the topic, you're not going to be able to know how to tackle the issue.
Oh, and who would they ask for help from?
Depends on what the issue is. If their child is, showing signs of... It depends. It actually does depend. And I guess that's probably the reason a lot of people don't know how to go about it. With the mental health, a lot of the children were admitted because they were sectioned, because they did something quite drastic. So they were arrested, and then they had a mental health assessment, and then they were sectioned. So yeah, you'd probably just, your local council, you can ask for a mental health assessment, they offer that. But a lot of people are in denial. That's the issue when it comes to mental health. So it's quite hard. It's a difficult one, and I think that's why, it's quite a growing thing right now, because a lot of people don't really accept that they're going through things mentally.
Do you think that's a bad thing? Because if you don't accept, you just push on and you carry on life.
Yeah. I mean, that's what a lot of black people do, and it works. It works, but are they happy? That's the question.
Yeah, I suppose it's an individual thing.
Yeah.
What I'd ask you is, has there been any time when you just thought, this is too much, I can't do this job anymore? And if so, how did you get through that mindset?
It was my old mental health hospital. It wasn't an eating disorder, it was just children mental health. So a lot of them had like bipolar, personality disorder, schizophrenia and things like that. And they were being really aggressive. Like, I had a saving grace because the kids really, really liked me. But they were really aggressive to some of my close friends at work. A lot of women that were much older than me that could be old enough to be my mum. And I was just like, nah, this is disgusting. Like, I understand they're going through mental health conditions, but it's not acceptable to be attacking staff because you feel like it. That's a completely different thing. So at that point I was like, yeah, I'm done with this. I don't have enough patience for this job.
Okay.
So I left that hospital and came to this eating disorder, which I do like a lot.
Okay. You say your mother was in this industry before?
Yeah.
So is that the reason you joined? Because
the mental health, yeah. Because my mum basically said, try it out, see how you feel about it. It was easy for me to get a job with her assistance, so that's why I went into it. And I did like it. At first, when I was younger, every time my mum used to tell me stories, I was thinking, it was like really scary, like a horror film. But it's not. If you're mentally strong, then it's just not that deep.
Okay. So you sound like you're established. I'm mentally strong now.
I am, but at first it was hard.
What does the future hold for you?
The future, In the future, I don't want to really be working for anybody. Ideally, would like to have a business. A job, something where I can, work for myself. But I would probably, have qualified with my social work degree. Been doing social work for a couple of years just to establish myself and stuff like that, I'm looking to do a master's in mental health nursing as well when I finish this degree.
Would you want to own a mental health private practice or
that would be amazing?
With your mum and your experience, is your sister involved?
Yeah, my sister's a mental health nurse as well.
Yeah, so you've got a small team already.
I mean, it just sounds like a lot of work, and I don't think I'm that passionate. But like, if my mum came with it and she was really adamant on doing it, then I'd definitely support her with it.
Because the beauty is, with a 3-person team, you're owners and then you employ other people.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody, so you all take 2 or 3 days each.
Okay.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're just supervising while the other people you employ are doing the work.
True.
Stuff. Okay. My last question to you is, what's the impact you want to have on the world?
I want a lot of people to say, I've helped them out through a hard time. I was a shoulder to cry on. You know, I gave good advice. And I also want people to say, you know, I helped them get closer to God. I feel like that's very important as from a religious point of view. You know, it's very important because I know what my relationship with God has done for me. So I think it's important to promote that to other people, you know. So, yeah. Okay. What about you?
Well, thanks a lot for that. We've just come up to the end.
What? You need to answer the question.
We've only got 3 minutes, but my impact I want to have on the world, I want to help children. Because obviously, as I said to you earlier, I come from children's home.
Yeah.
So my aim is to be able to help children. I have a community interest company called Aspire Youth Africa, where I will teach children trades and the skills that they need to navigate life.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and in that respect, I thought about doing it for England, but I don't think my attitude with British youth is you have everything, you just need to get your act together.
True.
I don't really think they need the help. Majority of them that they really need.
I mean, not all of them.
Yeah, you've always got the exception.
Yeah.
And apart from that. But thanks a lot for that, Sally, and we wish you well.
Thank you very much. Good episode.
We hope that episode enhanced your life. We post an interview every day as well as vlogging on our social media channels. Don't forget to subscribe to get our latest episode.